I don't want to get to it. I don't want to deal with the elephant in the room. I am, if you ask my wife, I'm the guy who likes to avoid confrontation. I don't like it. Confrontation just makes me sick to my stomach. I don't like to deal with controversy. Congratulations, Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. Both of you going to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. We'll be watching that from New Orleans. New Orleans, probably the best place in the world to have a Super Bowl. I have been blessed to have actually seen it. If you get a chance in your life to go to a Super Bowl, even if it's just to the Super Bowl city, and it gets bigger every year. I have been to New York, I have been to Jacksonville, Tampa, Miami, Tampa Bay and Miami twice. I've been to New Orleans, I've been to Dallas, I've been to Houston twice, I've been to Indianapolis, I've been to Detroit, I've been to Arizona for Super Bowls. Been to Arizona twice. And there's nothing like it. If you are a football player, it's the pinnacle of your profession. It is what you have dreamed of all your life. I have been fortunate enough to see my team win the Super Bowl in my lifetime, 5 times. I've been blessed. And as Michael Irvin put it, although his saying life expectancy is 100 years, sorry, that's not it. It's 78 in the United States, 82 if you're in England. But 30 years, 30 years, 30 years, 30 years ago, I was in my first marriage, and I had a flesh-eating bacteria that was in this knee. I had 3 knee operations in 2 weeks to save my life. I spent 6 months learning how to walk again. I lost my job, raised 2 kids, got divorced, remarried to my dream woman. Been married for 23 years come Tuesday. Seen my kids grow from youngins to adults now. I've seen my parents get old. I've seen myself get old. I've seen the world change in front of us. To me, literally being here, talking on to a telephone that'll be able to broadcast, much like some Inspector Gadget shit that we dreamed up, or the Jetsons. I've seen all this stuff happen since the Dallas Cowboys were last relevant. For all my friends out there and family that are Commanders fans, that are sitting there sad, I tell you what, and for all the Cowboy fans that are praising and so happy that Dan Quinn's defense failed and that they lost and that he's a loser, I'm going to say, look in the mirror. They're not losers. They're not. If they're losers, then what the hell are we? In 1 year, People that the Dallas Cowboys thought weren't good enough to keep, that weren't worth the money that they deserved to be paid, got together in Washington and made it further than the Dallas Cowboys have in 30 years. I have a new mantra here. I was out on the roof taking down Christmas decorations. And when I talk on YouTube, I don't have a script. Half the time, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. There's a topic, something happens, I talk about that, and I relate it to my life. You guys know I love history. So I love this house. As I sit here and sometimes when it's quiet, I just think about 205 years of history, of people being here without electricity, without the internet, sitting here by a fire to stay warm and have light, waiting for the sun to come up so they can start working and work until the sun goes down. All those things that transpired. It's history. I think of the Roman Empire that literally was the center of the universe. It was the greatest empire ever built until it wasn't. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it didn't fall in a day. It slowly kept getting worse and worse and worse. You know, I think of AT&T Stadium, like the Roman Coliseum, and that the Dallas Cowboys, the peak of the Dallas Cowboys Roman Empire was right there with Jimmy Johnson after back-to-back Super Bowls. And unfortunately, Emperor Jerry has slowly but surely brought the downfall of Rome. We are witnessing, bit by bit, year by year, it becoming less and less relevant. Charles Haley was so right that the Dallas Cowboys built a house for losers. The Cowboys are spending somewhere between $250 and $500 million of upgrades for AT&T Stadium. New scoreboard and things that'll be in 8K or ultra high def. That they're getting ready for World Cup, trying to get all the details together. Yet, the things that they do for the Dallas Cowboys, which was supposed to be the thing that they really did, meh. Des Bryant is talking about how he doesn't believe. He's a disbelief of where this team is and doesn't see us winning anytime soon. You got Michael Irvin, who's gone off in a rant and literally gone viral with it, where he talks about the Cowboys missing an opportunity. I don't even know what to make of the Cowboys anymore, because a young Jerry Jones who was smart enough, the one thing that Jerry Jones got right was Jimmy Johnson. And it seems like everything else when it comes to the Cowboys since then has just been wrong. It's just been wrong. As a Cowboy fan sitting there being tortured, watching the Eagles go back to their third Super Bowl since 2017. Seeing the Commanders having a chance to go to a Super Bowl. And seeing what's happened with us. I don't know if there's a plan here. But for some reason, I feel like the Cowboys are tanking. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. You're interviewing a tight end coach to be your offensive coordinator. You're hiring a guy to be a head coach who's been a journeyman coach who didn't call plays last year. So you got two guys who haven't called plays, whatever. The other one now having the duties of being head coach and play calling. We thought you hired a defensive coordinator. Apparently you didn't. You couldn't even get rid of the old coach right. Every move that the Cowboys make is just comical. There's no rhyme or reason. It's like literally they're trying to be bad. You know what this feels like? Here's the perfect analogy for it. If you are a major league movie fan like I am, in that movie, the owner wanted the team to be so bad that she could move the team because she wanted to get out of Cleveland. I can't say I blamed her. Sorry, people who live in Cleveland. Actually, Cleveland, I had lunch there with Brian. We went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That was great. That was actually incredible. And maybe what we do, I don't think I can't. I just can't. I can't go to training camp again. I can't spend that kind of money for what I'm getting. If Darren Woodson goes to the Hall of Fame, maybe me and Brian will do a road trip to see him inducted. Maybe that's what we do. That way we're not giving the Cowboys money. What this feels like is the movie Major League. That we're trying to make the team as bad as possible. For whatever reason, I don't know. But we've already got Stephen Jones talking about how difficult it's going to be to spend money. You got to figure that Brian Schottenheimer's contract is going to be dirt cheap in comparison to one of the top coaches. I can't wait to see what that number looks like. I bet you it's no more than $5 million a year when the tops is $20 million. But every move that they make is solely right now about the dollars and cents. We didn't re-sign our players. They're too expensive. We didn't sign Derrick Henry, who was $8 million. Too expensive. Too expensive. We're already talking about next season. Too expensive. And I can guarantee you, shout out to Jeffrey Kavanaugh, and Mike Fisher, who's over there by the Star. Straight dope, no bullshit. Who have pointed out, were the first ones to point out, that the Cowboys could easily get to $100 million of cap space. Do you actually think the Cowboys would do that? I don't. Why? Stephen Jones, the penny pincher? Try and bring in more talent? No. He doesn't believe in paying good players great money. No. He believes in paying broke-up players great money. But I feel like they're trying to tank, blow it up. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know. Is this about Arch Manning? I don't know. But it damn sure doesn't feel like there's any plan here. So, we have to wait and see what Brian Schottenheimer can do with a shit sandwich, because that's exactly what he's got. Tomorrow we hear from Mike McCarthy, Brian Schottenheimer, and Jerry and Stephen Jones. We ain't seen them. We ain't seen them since we lost to the Commanders. This is going to get interesting tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern. Can't wait. So, good people, thank you as always for watching and supporting the channel. And remember to tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again. I love you guys. And remember, keep Aisha Robinson in your prayers. She just lost her mother. I love you guys. Keep the faith. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow.